afternoon, everybody. It is Saturday, July the 10th, about 3:30 p.m. here in Missouri. About to pass Rolla, Missouri here, going through St. Louis and on up into Illinois. So as you see, it's kind of overcast. I just started driving a couple hours ago, or an hour ago or so, something like that. But Alex said he hasn't ran into any rain today, but it looks like it could rain at any time. But yeah, hey. So nothing new since my post yesterday, my long-winded video yesterday. Just wanted to stop in and say hello. Everything's looking good. We're still en route. We'll be delivering tonight and then immediately going over and picking up our next load that's heading to Salt Lake. So yeah, that's really all there is. Nothing new. Just chilling. At some point I'm gonna need to update my resume. I think I talked about this yesterday. I'm gonna go ahead and apply for that. I think now it's called operations manager. Before it was driver leader or driver manager. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and apply for that. But to do that, I started to apply for it yesterday, but I went to go upload my resume, and my resume needs to be updated with my progressive experience, and then with my my driving experience. So, but it's just getting a chance where I can do it, and I need to be able to be somewhere where I have a good internet connection, because I have to pull my resume off of my Dropbox. And I was going to do it today. I kind of woke up today about an hour before I had to drive, but I wasn't able to get a connection to get me over. I had to pull that resume down to work on it. I have the PDF version of it, but my editable, how would you say that? My Word document that I can edit is up on my Dropbox. So, anyways, so there's that. Talked to Alex a little bit about options. He has a guy that he actually started out that went through academy with him, who's moved over to night, and he keeps trying to get Alex to move to night with him. Well, he did, because he wanted to do this team run from Casa Grande to Albuquerque. It's just back and forth hauling potatoes to Lay's. One driver will drive from Casa Grande to Albuquerque, the other one drive from Albuquerque back to Casa Grande. You do that 5 days, and then you do your reset on the weekend. However, something that I saw in one of our groups today was the possibility of night being forced dispatch. So I told him, I said, look, if you go there and then you decide you want to do something else, with a forced dispatch, that means that when your next load comes, you don't have a choice. It's like, here, this is what you're doing next, and you just have to do it. Unlike Swift, where we kind of have that option to say no. They want you to have a good reason to say no, but you still have that option to say no or to counter offer. Like, well, I can do it, but I can't pick it up until this time, or I can do it, but I need to do a reset or something. And also, you know, we kind of talked a little bit about, yes, there's companies out there that pay more per mile, but do they take care of the drivers as well as Swift does? You know, I do have to say that when my dad was sick and in the hospital, they got Alex right to Boise to be there with me. This time when his mom had the issue with going into the ICU, no questions asked. I just said, hey, we are flying out. They're like, okay, hope everything's okay, and they just kind of took care of us. You know, that's a lot to be said about a company and how they treat their employees. Maybe they aren't the top pay, but sometimes the best pay isn't the best job. Sometimes with that best pay comes little options, little freedoms. You will do exactly as I say when I say it, and I tell you to jump, you're going to say how high, because I'm paying you more money. I think that quality of life is part of a value when it comes to a job. And if I'm making, 47 cents a mile, but I can go to night and make 54 cents a mile, but the difference is quality of life, it's worth it for me to stay at the 47 cents a mile to have the extra options and the abilities, and a company that values their drivers and their employees. I think Swift does an excellent job at that, just like Progressive. I spoke highly of Progressive. Progressive, again, was a really good company who really was diverse, inclusive. They took care of their people, and I find the same with Swift. Swift is very diverse. They're very LGBTQ plus friendly, especially in this industry that was a man's world. I see a lot of female drivers. I see a lot of the LGBTQ plus community, both in operations and driving. And I think that speaks volumes about a company and the value that they put in people and not just behind the dollar. And I think doing that allows that company to actually be more productive. Their people, when your people are happy, your people are more productive, and they want to do the extra. So I think that what we're going to do is we're going to kind of just stay here. I mean, we looked at all these other companies, Quest, and there's a bunch of companies that pay really good wages. They promise you a lot of things. They promise you so many days of vacation a year. They promise you home time. They promise you better pay. But then as you dig into it, you find out that all of these things that they're promising is the ceiling, and it's not the average. So if you're looking at the average, they're not doing any better than what most companies are doing. It seems to be pretty even kilter across the board. I mean, if you're an owner operator, it's a little bit different. You're managing a business. You're your own business, and you're using that carrier to pretty much be a broker for you almost. You still have to follow their rules. You're pulling their trailers, so there's certain rules you still have to follow. But at the end of the day, you're going to make more. But you're also going to be responsible for your own maintenance and for your own taxes. And there's a lot of things that roll into that. For me, I'm not interested in all the extra, at least right now. I am more, like I was telling Alex today, I really miss the opportunity of coaching people and working with people and seeing people grow and seeing, having that legacy. That's one thing I used to tell my people at Progressive, those folks that worked up into other positions, either into management, to coaches, to training, is what I get out of a job is really the legacy that I left behind. So, and seeing people grow and seeing people, grow into something better and see their career grow. I really enjoy that. I do enjoy this, and it was really nice to stand back and not be in charge of things other than my truck. But when it's in your blood, it's in your blood. And so yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at. So therefore now we're looking at houses to kind of get an idea of what we're looking at, because we're going to be back to renting again. So that's going to have to come back up. We're still going to be on track. We talked about the potential of what that's going to look like, because I won't be making as much right now in a position in the office as I am in the truck, because we're actually rolling. But we still will be on track. It'll just slow us down a little bit. So rather than maybe buying that house in 2 years, we might be looking at 4 or 5 years. But I'll be doing something that I enjoy. Alex will be able to look at something so he can be home. He's good driving in the summertime anywhere, but in the wintertime he really wants to stay lower, and so to do that he really would be looking at maybe a dedicated route, something maybe California to Phoenix, Vegas, Albuquerque. They still got to deal with snow when you go through Flagstaff and even Albuquerque. And I'm back. Lost my connection there for a minute. Anyhow, so you still have to deal with snow going through the northern part of Arizona, and all those places. You still got some things you still have to watch for. But it's not as bad as like going to Idaho, going through the blues, going up into Colorado on the 70. Different things that we've had to do. Going up Northern California, going through Weed is where we had to put those chains on last time. Weed, California, going up into Oregon. Or was it over the blues? I don't know. But I just know that it's not something that he wants to do. So anyhow, there's options. So that's kind of that. But anyways, I'm getting into the city, so I'm going to go ahead and jump off here so I can concentrate and maintain my safe driving. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow with another update. Love y'all. Be safe. Take care. Bye.